My name is Kea. My home is on Char Atra. I'm 11 years old.
In recent years, Kea's home has flooded much more often. Her family of 6 is forced to spend weeks perched on wooden planks inches above the water.
During the flood, it didn't feel nice to stay on a raised platform. Crockery, eating, everything else was done here. Cooking everything is to take place here. We bathed in nasty water. At that time, we stayed on the wooden boards for 1 month.
The raised planks mean they can just about survive, but being surrounded by floodwater for so long isn't easy.
During the flood, it was difficult for us. We couldn't always go to school. We couldn't play. We had to swim to school. There was a lot of water. I had a fever. My brother had diarrhea.
Violent currents caused the river to break its banks, washing away homes and farmland.
At that time, our house was over in another village. The river came very slowly and flooded it. Our old house is in the center of the river now. I didn't like it at that time. The waves and currents are scary. There were so many waves. We used to play over there, but now I don't get to play as much here. Over there I had my friends. Now I don't have those friends. They have all moved to other places.
Hasina Begum and her son are going to visit their old home. It's now under feet of water after being washed away in violent floods.
My house was situated in this area. It is very painful for me to think about. When I remember about the river eroding my house, it hurts me a lot. I felt very scared. When I think about the river eroding everything away, it's very painful for me. I struggled so hard to raise up the land, but the river eroded it away.
Hasina lives on a river island called Char Atra in Bangladesh, on the Great River Ganges floodplain. She's a hard-working mother who has already seen her life badly affected by climate change. She washes her son every day in the same river that took her home. For the people of this island, the water is a source of life and destruction.
The flood takes place more now in comparison to before. In the past, the flood used to come later in the year. Now the flood comes in earlier and faster. When it comes, the water leaves much later on. Earlier, it used to leave quickly. Now it takes 3 months to leave. When I hear about river erosion, I cannot express what to do. Just calling out Allah Allah doesn't help at all, and I cry by myself. If it happens again, what are we going to do? How will we survive? It destroys everything.
Sophia's story is every parent's nightmare.
During flood, more houses are destroyed. When the water is high, the waves wash away homes.
In Bangladesh, climate change is costing lives. The floods are becoming deeper and longer lasting, and 2 years ago, they were worse than ever.
I had no income during the flood. Whenever my husband could bring fish, we ate. On the days he didn't catch any, we starved with our children.
As the floodwaters poured into Sophia's home, she turned to nurse her newborn baby. In that instant, her 5-year-old son was carried away by the flood.
I left my baby with my daughter and jumped into the water thinking, my son isn't there anymore. I could not find my son. I searched so hard. I cannot speak when I think about him. I could not bury my son.